Hello, my little ones. Where have you been all my life? Alright, I am liking a lot the results from these fret erasers. Basically, these frets look like I went over them with a bunch of different types of sandpaper, and all I really did was use these three. And what these three are is fret erasers, and I'm liking them a lot. 180 grit, 400 grit, and you have a 1000 grit. Now, the 180 grit is something that I wouldn't think of using. You would think a 180 grit sandpaper would be pretty coarse, and at least for doing something like this. But it actually is, it's not. I mean, it does remove the file marks in your frets. It does remove scratches that are in your frets, and the combination of these guys, the results that you get with the combination of this, I would have been going through a shitload of sandpaper. And to be honest, from 400 to 1000 grit, you're missing 800 and 600 grit sandpaper, in between. This combination actually really works for the fret, cleaning up the frets as far as the scratches go and the file marks. It's nice. This is a nice little system. I'll put a link at the bottom. Now, I tried to use, if those guys will stay, yeah, that's fine. Got these small sleeves. Got a pair of different, I got a bunch of these things, different sizes, and some of them have where a rubber band can go around the bottom of your neck and lock these in place. You don't really need them. And I found that I've been going over these pretty aggressively with these, and I did not break through the tape that's I have protecting my fretboard. So you don't have to worry about it going through the fretboard and messing shit up. It actually, the tape protected it. So I have one left to do, and that is this last one. Figured you guys wouldn't want to watch me go through a whole fretboard. This is very, very, it's too easy. That's put it that way. Some people will say that sometimes a good thing is not necessarily a good thing. This is actually a good thing. I'm very surprised I never went with these guys in the past. And as far as the future goes, I'll be saving a lot of money on sandpaper. So let's see here. I got the 180 grit right now, and I got to work over the camera, so this is going to be a little bit difficult. So I got this last fret to do, and basically what you do is, and I got to hold this on a little bit of an angle. Basically what you do, just go over the fret, and it molds itself around the fret, so it's pretty easy to get the whole fret and not just missing spots. Just rub it over there, over the fret a few times. Take a look at things to make sure that it's, feeling kind of smooth and looking pretty smooth. No scratches in it. Swap out to the 400 grit and find my last one. I do the same thing. Go over it. Make sure you go over the whole fret, not just a portion of it. It does make a little bit of a mess, just like a pencil eraser would. And then switch over to your 1000 grit. And let's see, the last one I was at this corner. And I gotta swap corners because they start rounding off on the corners, so I just swapped the corners. Oops, sorry about that. I didn't mean to bump you guys. So go through and follow the fret again. Now I'm using the 1000 grit. That's it. That's all of it. I don't have to go through and do anything else now besides polish it with the Dremel or polish it by hand with a chrome polish. And the results of this is a lot faster and the same thing as if I went over this with sandpaper. So that's my story, guys. I'm sticking to it. I'll put a link to these in the description below. And you guys should be a judge for yourself as far as how these things work if you pick up a set. They're not that expensive. They also come in this nifty little holding box. Yeah. See, this is what you spend the money on, this box here. See. I have a confession to make. I didn't mean to do this, but it just happened. I ended up tearing it on the headstock of the Ibanez S-Series guitar. I don't know how I did it, but it happened. Upon polishing the Ibanez headstock, the logo on the headstock started to come off. I didn't mean to tear it. I don't know how I did it. I must not have been paying attention. Or Ibanez doesn't clear coat over their logos on their headstocks. So if you use an aggressive rubbing compound on your Ibanez guitar on the headstock, you could tarry it too. I have to apologize to my subscribers and new subscribers. I didn't mean to tarry it. It just happened. So please forgive me. Thank you. Alright, so I ended up plugging all the holes with toothpicks and some wood glue. Let it sit overnight to dry. Cut down the remaining portion of the toothpick that was sticking out of all the screw holes, and now I'm ready to basically re-drill new holes. So the way that I do this, I use a small punch to find center and put a little dent where the drill is going to sit. That V will be a guide for the drill, so it'll be perfectly center in those holes. So what I've got here is my little brass hammer and a little punch, and I'm going to go ahead and punch one, punch two. And what this is going to do, like I said, is that point is going to end up making the drill bit find the center. So I'm guaranteed to basically make sure that all these are centered and properly in place. So I have a guide on my drill, a little flag, that's also going to take and sweep off all the little tiny wood bits. So this will find hole perfectly now, right in the center. And go ahead and put in my 2 screws. A little bit of compressed air. I need to get more of this stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and put 2 screws inside here, just to lock these panels in place. And because I found center of that hole, these panels should not shift. And make sure you put your screw in straight, that way it's not sitting on an angle. Alright, so this panel is locked down. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on this one. The reason why I taped them in place is so they don't move around. So I want to find center on these guys. Now, a nice thing about this is the taper on this, and the taper or countersunk on this is going to make this guide go right into the hole to center with the hole. Does that make sense? Center with the hole, center with the hole, center with the hole, something like that. Now I'll be doing the same thing to the front. So the pickup ring screws are a little bit smaller in diameter, so I had to change out the drill bit that I'm going to be using for the screws, so I get a nice lock in it. So if you can see me on this side over here, what I'm doing is I'm going to take the screw, kind of eyeball it to the size of the drill bit, kind of put my finger there and mark the depth of what I need. So again, I'm going to go stamp these guys, and how I know that I'm center or perfectly centered is because I'm matching up on top of all the holes from where I plugged up. Alright, so I got my first screw started. Go ahead and drill that. Go ahead and put one screw in to lock it down. I'm not going to tighten it up all the way, but I do want to get it snug. And I'll go to the next hole. Make sure that I'm still lined up with everything here. Alright, and that's it. That's how you drill after plugging screw holes. Having a center punch helps a lot. Like I said, it makes it the drill bit find center, and it just guides the drill bit right into the center where the punch left its mark, and you are able to drill no problems. So I'm not going to drive the other screws in because this thing is going to get a good polishing, and I would do that after. And what I did is I used the original pickup rings to do the job. I need to get some compressed air. So that's that for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, make sure when you put little flags or guides on your drill bits, make sure you take them off. Other people who use the drill bits don't like that. Alright, you guys take it easy. Have a good one.